A young man named Zaid woke early, the city bathed in golden morning light. He recalled a hadith his father often shared: whoever visits a sick person is walking towards paradise. The words lingered in his heart like a gentle reminder, urging him to act on this teaching. Zaid looked out the window and saw children playing, merchants setting up, and life bustling as usual. But his mind wandered to his old neighbor, Ahmed, who had fallen ill and been bedridden for weeks. I should visit him, Zaid thought, feeling a surge of responsibility mixed with hesitation. He remembered how Ahmed had once helped him fix his broken roof after a storm, without expecting anything. Gathering a small basket of dates and honey, Zaid set out, the hadith echoing in his heart. The streets were busy, but Zaid's steps felt light, as though unseen angels guided him. At Ahmed's door, Zaid hesitated, unsure if his visit would matter. He knocked gently, and the door creaked open, revealing Ahmed's frail figure on a modest bed. Ahmed's eyes lit up when he saw Zaid. "You came?" he whispered, his voice weak but full of warmth. "Of course," Zaid replied, placing the basket beside him. "I brought some dates and honey for your strength." They sat together, speaking of simple things, memories, family, and the mercy of Allah. Ahmed's face brightened as they spoke, his spirits lifting despite his physical weakness. Zaid recited a dua for healing. "O Allah, Lord of mankind, remove the harm and heal him." Ahmed smiled faintly, saying, "May Allah bless you for coming. Your presence is more precious than gold." Zaid felt a warmth in his chest, as though his soul had drawn closer to something greater than himself. He stayed until Ahmed dozed off, leaving quietly with a prayer for his recovery. On his way home, Zaid felt an inexplicable joy, as if he had fulfilled a divine purpose. That night, Zaid dreamt of a lush, radiant garden with rivers flowing beneath, a place of eternal peace. A voice in the dream echoed the hadith: whoever visits a sick person is walking towards paradise. Zaid woke with tears in his eyes, feeling the immense beauty of Allah's promise. He resolved to visit others in need, knowing each step was a step closer to Jannah. The next day, Zaid met an old friend who mentioned another neighbor struggling with an illness. Without hesitation, Zaid packed another small basket, this time with fruits and a heartfelt dua. Each visit became an opportunity for reflection, gratitude, and a chance to embody the Prophet's teachings. Zaid's actions inspired others in the community to visit the sick and support one another. Soon, Ahmed began to recover, his strength returning with the help of frequent visitors and their prayers. "Your visits healed my heart before my body," Ahmed told Zaid one day, tears streaming down his face. Zaid replied humbly, "It is Allah who heals. We are only servants following the guidance of His messenger." The hadith became a living reality in their small community, a reminder of Allah's boundless mercy. Weeks later, Zaid stood at the mosque, listening to a khutbah on the rewards of compassion. The Imam recited the same hadith Zaid's father had taught him, reaffirming his journey of faith. Zaid smiled, knowing the words had reshaped his life and deepened his connection with Allah. The Imam added, "Compassion is a path to paradise. Do not underestimate even the smallest acts of kindness." Zaid prayed silently, asking Allah to keep him steadfast on this path. As the sun set that evening, Zaid reflected on the beauty of following the Prophet's teachings. He realized that visiting the sick was not just a duty but a blessing for the soul. The Quran's verse resonated in his heart. Indeed, Allah does not allow the reward of the doers of good to perish. The next morning, Zaid woke with renewed purpose, ready to continue walking the path towards paradise. His visits to the sick became a routine, each one strengthening his faith and love for Allah. Zaid's community flourished with compassion, as more people embraced the simple yet profound sunnah. One day, an elder in the community said, Your actions remind us of the Prophet's mercy, Zaid. Zaid replied, It is his example we must strive to follow, for his way leads to Allah's pleasure. Years later, Zaid grew old, his steps slower, but his heart unwavering in its commitment to goodness. As he lay on his own deathbed, the community he had inspired gathered around him, offering du'as. Zaid smiled faintly, whispering, Paradise is near for those who walk its path. With the shahada on his lips, Zaid returned to Allah, leaving behind a legacy of mercy and faith. And so, the words of the Hadith lived on, guiding hearts towards the eternal gardens of paradise.